Alright guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. It's me, TheBladeGamer, of course, and I am joined by...
his sister, the Rubber Mushroom.
In the last episode, we landed at Dragon Roost Island, and in this episode, we are going to enter the Dragon Roost Cavern. So, what we want to do is grab these statues. I believe that it used to be on the R button to grab these statues, but they changed that to the A button. Don't quote me on that, though. And in here we have some bokoblins with some torches. Well, actually, they're like the sticks we saw at the Forsaken Fortress, but you can light these on fire, in case you didn't know. They work pretty much like the Deku sticks did in Ocarina of Time. Alright, so what you want to do is, while this one is still lit, you can relight these on any of the torches. You want to light up these torches right here. And that will reveal a treasure chest.
Magic.
And we get a small key. Small keys are used to open up locked doors inside the dungeon. Pretty standard Zelda stuff. So we'll make sure there wasn't a joy pendant in that one. So in here, we want to break open the wooden boards blocking our path. It took me a while to realize this, but this actually looks like a face, kind of. You see how that has a mouth?
And a nose, yeah. And the two eyes, yeah.
Yeah, and the two eyes. So I found that very, very interesting. So since we can't go through that door because it's locked, we need to head down here. And we need to pull out this block. And we need to jump across the lava right here and go across the bridge. Now, I personally prefer ignoring those keys just because I don't like accidentally cutting the ropes on the bridge, which will make me fall to my demise. But if that's what you guys want to do, I have no objections to it.
Keys.
Alright, so in these jars right here is water, if you can tell. Well, lava solidifies when water mixes with it, so... maybe not quite this quickly in real life, but in this game, it solidifies very quickly.
It's magic water.
And we get the dungeon map. Very, very useful. So before this disappears, I want to jump across... no, never mind. Alright, I didn't throw it far enough out for that to work.
Good job.
Luckily, Link is okay.
Good job. Good job.
There we go. Jump over there. And you'll notice there's a choo-choo up there if you L-target near the ladder. Now you can ignore this choo-choo by climbing up after waiting for it to jump down a bit. There we go.
Poor choo-choo.
Because it would knock you off like if you climbed all the way up the ladder. So it's better to wait until it jumps down.
Unless you want to find it.
And get rid of the bokoblin right there and pick up his sword and grab his joy pendant. And then break this open with his sword. Now these swords are really, really strong. You can actually break open these pieces of wood. Get rid of choo-choos immediately.
One hit. Yeah. Nice.
And we get another small key, which will be used to open up that one door that we saw earlier that was locked. Throw that. I'll just ignore those choo-choos. I don't really use potions when I'm not playing in hero mode. So I'm going to grab a rock.
Oh, you mean in hero mode that's the only way you can heal?
Yes.
Oh, so you can't heal, like there aren't any hearts floating around.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to try, you can pick up a rock or a jar and throw it at the bombs, or you can do a spin attack, like so, well, on the lower one, and it will,
Kamikaze.
yeah, basically. You have the potential to be knocked into the lava, but at least it'll get it done easier.
They're like lava babies in this level. Do they remind you at all of a Lava Fett?
Kind of.
They're kind of like... I don't know. Lava Fett's special cousin.
But yes, if you enter the door or the hallway with the broken boards that you can slice open with your sword, a bokoblin will pop out and he will have a stick. You can use that to burn the boards over there. And on top of that, there is another thing further down this way that you may want to throw the stick across at to burn. Now I'm pretty sure when you have the ability to get across there later, you could probably just slash, but I prefer burning that just to get it out of the way. And then
With those
is a
boards,
switch.
could you only burn it and not slash them?
Yes, you can only burn those boards. The ones that have cracks in them can be cut. The ones that do not have to be burned or hit with a large sword. So right here is a giant pillar of lava that comes out at fixed intervals. So you want to wait on that ladder until the lava is done passing through. Now over here we have these bird enemies. I can't remember what they're called right now. All I remember is that they're probably my least favorite enemy in the game, just because of how creepy they look.
What about the things in the water?
Oh yeah, actually you're right about that.
No,
Anyway, so the bird's spoil is a golden feather. Like most of the other spoils, you need at least 20 for a side mission. No? Oh, why? Why am I so bad at this game?
What
I was trying to sidle across really quickly, but that didn't work. So now I gotta climb all the way back up. But yes, like I was saying, most of the spoils from enemies in this game, you need 20 of at least once if you want to get everything in the game. So we'll need 20 golden feathers, we'll need 20 joy pendants, 40 if you want a special reward. Unfortunately, his golden feather fell down, and things of that nature. So you want to carefully sidle across, unlike what I did earlier, to avoid the lava. Now over here you may be thinking, oh, I gotta climb up here and then sidle across. Well, you can't do that because the wall is too narrow. So what you actually need to do is use your ledge clinging ability to get across. There we go.
He has fingers made out of steel.
And now you can throw this at the boulder.
Or not.
Miss because it bounces off. There we go.
Did we both say that?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, we did.
My earbuds are in too much.
Alright, so in this room we have a very simple block puzzle. However, if you grab the center one and one of the side ones and then head around the back, there is actually a hole you can crawl through that will contain a good amount of rupees. Now, like I said, in the first game, or the first version of this game I should say, you had a maximum of 200 rupees. In this game, I think the default is actually 500, because as you can tell, I have 350, so that's very convenient.
No, wait a minute. Could you crawl through on the other side of the hole?
No, you couldn't, because it's raised off the ground.
Oh, I see.
Yes, they did that so you couldn't do that. Alright, and I don't know why I jumped back up there again. You need to pull one of these other ones out as well, and then climb up the side. But once you pull out the center ones completely, you lose all of your ability to get those rupees. Alright, so he's saying that if you spread some bait near their nest, which is basically the hole in the wall, they will interact with you. Now, they will interact with you by giving you the ability to get potions and things of that nature, so it is very useful if you are playing in hero mode. So what I'm going to do is throw this at... What? Alright, I'm going to try that again.
Maybe you could show them the bait option.
There we go.
Looks like. Treasure.
So yes, those mice are also called bomb chews. They don't have bombs or explode like they did in previous Zelda games just yet, but that is what they're called. They're called bomb chews. They will jump on you and steal your rupees, and in order to get those back, you have to kill them. Alright, so that gives us the compass, which allows us to look for every treasure chest in this dungeon, and that chest gave us the small key to let us move on with this dungeon. And at the very top will be another one of these bird enemies.
Let me guess, the thing's in its nest.
And you get a small key in its nest. There we go.
Oh,
that one's too... Yeah, if you drops one, it's too far out anyway, so... Blue rupee, might as well grab it.
Could you get hurt by that steam coming out of the crack?
No. Grab one of the sticks. Light this on fire. Light this on fire. Run
Walk through the fire.
And light those on fire. So fire is a very central part to this room in the dungeon.
Aren't you kind of like in a volcano, sort of? Not in
Yeah,
a volcano,
pretty much.
but yeah. Actually, yeah, you are.
And so right in there is a joy pendant, if you would like to get rid of it, or get it for your collection. There's a bunch of keys in this room. I'm pretty sure it's optional, so you don't have to fight these if you don't want to. I do too like to fight them because they're kind of creepy, and you see their glowing eyes.
They're bats. They're supposed to be awesome.
Alright, so you may have noticed a pot like this in that first room of the dungeon with the bokoblins with their sticks on fire. So what you want to do is place a bomb next to this, and this will allow you to jump in that pot and transport to the rooms of the dungeon that have a pot just like that. So that room with the bokoblins and their sticks, we can re-enter from that point. These aren't extremely useful unless you need to leave the dungeon, but there are a few times where it is a time saver. So in this room, you need to get rid of all the bokoblins to... I was hoping for a joy pendant to move on. So there's one in this pot on the wall that you need to roll into.
Break up all pots.
And I believe there is one right here, or the one next to it. There we go.
Why are they in pots? Like, this is comfortable. I'll just sit in here.
I don't know. So this one did drop a joy pendant in one of their orb things, which I'll be collecting.
If you can see it. There it is.
There we go. So, as you notice, there is a lit torch and an unlit torch right next to each other. That implies that you need to light the other one in order to get a reward. Luckily for us, there are sticks up here, and I believe there's a joy pendant in there. I don't know why I remember that. And you can grab that stick, jump down, and light it on fire.
I am sensing a theme here. I'm thinking the theme might be maybe air or water. I don't know. It's at the tip of my tongue.
And in here will be a treasure chart. In each of the dungeons that there are in the Wind Waker, each dungeon contains 2 treasure charts. So those are the most important treasures to get other than the dungeon items in this game. So make sure that you get it when you can.
I like the pots. They're pretty.
Actually,
Baby Baker!
What? No, that's not what it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually re-enter the room very quickly because there's a small time-saving trick you can do. If you immediately jump over to this platform and then throw the jar on that geyser that's rushing up, you can get up there without even having to fight that enemy. Now, normally you would just jump onto the platform and kill that by using the parry attack and then moving on.
Aren't those the things that are on the doors? Like the drawings?
Maybe. So over here you have 2 boulders you can destroy with bombs. The first one contains a jar, which will allow you to go back to the beginning of the dungeon, or the other pot that was at the midway point of the dungeon. And then the second will allow you to open up that door.
Yeah, it's like a scorpion thing.
Now, as you can tell, the boss door is right over there, but unfortunately, we do not have access to the boss yet because we don't have the boss key.
Oh! Now I remember everything.
So if you start running up these stairs, they will start falling out from underneath you. This is one of the very few Indiana Jones-esque things that happen in this game. Kind of like the boulder from Skyward Sword. So in here we find Medley captured. So these are some more Bokoblins. Really the only difference is that they have shields and swords instead of sticks.
No, they have green skin. Hello.
We fought one of these before at the Forsaken Fortress, so... They had the same amount. Actually, I think they might have a little bit more health than normal. This is our first encounter with fighting a Moblin. We've seen plenty of these guys in the Forsaken Fortress, but we never fought one because we didn't have access to a sword. So what you want to do is you want to hit him when he's not defending himself, and then wail away at him when you can. And sometimes they'll do that when they don't have their spear.
He's mad because he looks like he kissed a beehive.
So they'll rush over to get their spears once they're taken away like that, but they're an easy target.
Ooh, it's shiny. Hey, don't talk to her, get the...
Now, Moblins will always drop orbs, and inside these orbs will always be one skull necklace. Skull necklaces, like the other spoils, you need 20 of to get things in this game for 100% purposes. So now let's talk to Medley. And we get the grappling hook. It's what the Rito used before they had wings.
I have a question.
Yes.
He's such a big dragon, why can't he take care of his problem?
I don't know. So anyway, one time saver you can do is if you actually go to your items on the controller and then equip it to whatever you want. I'm actually going to equip the Pictobox to X. You can actually grapple from right down here. You actually use the right stick in this game instead of the standard control stick. Now if you want, she'll give you a tutorial on how to use this, but you just basically use the cursor, go over the branches, grapple onto it like so, release the button to grapple onto it, and you're good to go. And that will save you one little tiny bit of dialogue that's just on how to use the grappling hook. So, let's go over again. Hopefully we won't jump off to our doom. There we go. So, to the left of where we came in will be this set of grappling hooks that you can use to get across, or the branches you can grapple to. Okay, that was lucky.
Actually, it looks more like a swirl now.
Yeah, it does.
I swear the one I looked at was different, but I might have shit crazy.
But unfortunately, guys, we've run out of time for this video. In the next episode, we will be completing Dragon Roost Cavern. I hope you enjoyed everything in this video. And this has been TheBladeGamer and...
The Rubber Mushroom.
And we will see you next time.